Most people are naturally going on about the kind of threats and abuse that people get in politics these days. We know that obviously people have been murdered, such as Joe Cox. We know that a politician is subject to abuse. Well, here's our local MP, the MP for Great Yarmouth. His offices are opposite the Fishermen's Hospital in Great Yarmouth, where Jeremy Corbyn was when he came this week, and I was happy to meet with him, and so were many other people. Brandon Lewis on this particular quote says, if somebody from the right or centre puts up a message on social media, the attack from the hard left is sometimes abusive and vitriolic. Young people think that they are under a constant obligation to be a Corbynista. Do you feel under a constant obligation to be a Corbynista? I mean, you might want to work for Costa Coffee and tell Brandon that you want to be a barista. Perhaps you could be a barista Corbynista. If you are a barista, do consider becoming a Corbynista, because this guy, the guy in Yarmouth, is not going to like it if you become a Corbynista. But just let me read you something else from this as well. It's a friend who put it on Facebook, and I think it's worth it. Just listen to this bit that my friend put in answer to dear old Brandon Lewis, chairman, stroke, spiv of the Tory party. Want to buy a copy watch, mate? Want to buy a watch? Want to buy a watch? Whoa, spiv, yeah. Oh, Brandon, you're a spiv, aren't you, mate? Yeah. But they put, rather than he, some of the most foul abuse has come from the hard right, Brandon, towards people like Diane Abbott. I don't remember you condemning that. Do you, Brandon? Well, look, I'm not going to go on this one, but I just want to tell you a quick story. And it's a story that Jeremy Corbyn shared with all of us, okay? We were standing outside the Fishermen's Hospital. Could you imagine that Brandon Lewis's office was in the background? Didn't see Brandon Lewis? Well, you usually don't in Great Yarmouth, yeah? He's usually elsewhere. Yep. But here's a story Jeremy told to everybody, and I'm sure he won't mind revealing it to everybody on YouTube and everybody where I share this, right? He was talking to us all as a group, and he said that he remembers once, when he was in the House of Commons, I think it was probably early one morning or something, and a very excited Tony Benn came in. You can imagine in that great big building, that hall in Westminster, place fairly hushed, I imagine, as there were probably only a few security guards about, and it was in the days of dear old Tony Benn. So Tony Benn rushed over to Jeremy Corbyn and looked all excited. So Jeremy said to us all, oh, I wondered what he was looking so excited about. So they sort of walked towards, I don't know, wherever their offices are in Westminster, probably behind one of those huge panelled and glass-windowed wooden doors, and drew themselves in and sat down. So Jeremy again pressed his friend Tony Benn and said, what are you so excited about? He said, I've had my first death threat. Brilliant. I've had my first death threat. Jeremy Corbyn's had death threats, yeah? Usually from the far right, but he's had death threats. And you know what? Unlike Theresa May, he doesn't travel with armed security. No policeman there with Heckler and Koch submachine guns. Not Jeremy. When he came over to our crowd of people who had gathered to greet him, not a policeman in sight. Not one. Not even half a one. Not even a PCSO. Nobody. Although he had toured Great Yarmouth with PCSOs and been told how the Tory-run council is cutting back on policing. Everything on the quiet, everything on the cheap. Maximum policing for minimum money. Yeah. So just remember that when you see Brandon again going on about these loony lefties and momentum and Corbynistas, even if you are a barista rather than a Corbynista. when you get your first death threat, you know you're making a difference. Take care, comrades, and it was great seeing Jeremy Corbyn in Great Yarmouth. For the many, not the few.